I met Craig probably 10, 11 years ago when I was a part-time officer working for some smaller agencies in the area. We'd meet up on maybe coffee breaks or to get a soda and just kind of talk, and while working the third shift and trying to stay awake.
I first met Craig in 2012 when I was hired on as a sheriff's deputy in Tazewell County. I've known Craig for about 3.5 years.
Craig was the most easygoing, down-to-earth, kind-hearted person I've ever met in my life. Craig's interaction with other people on the department or on calls, he was a problem solver. He was very down-to-earth. He's especially a problem solver when it came to domestic violence calls or bad crashes where someone had to get transported to the hospital, possibly a DUI, drunk. But as far as figuring problems out like that, he was real good at that.
I would describe Craig in one word as humble. He was a humble man, and that's a good thing. And sometimes it's a rare thing that we have with people in society. Craig he had a calming factor to people, so he would sometimes maybe if you're having a bad night or upset maybe about the way a call went or just things going on in your life, Craig would kind of have that calming factor. He would kind of just be a voice of reason sometimes when you're talking to him. I would describe Craig as honest, reliable, a family man, a guy who you could, who would never ask for help, but would always give you help. Craig had a distinct laugh that only Craig could do. Last night I was trying to duplicate it, but I just couldn't. Whenever you tell a funny story to Craig, or you're maybe quoting a movie line or maybe a line from a show, Craig, that Craig thought was funny, he'd laugh, he'd have a little chuckle, maybe shake his head, and whenever I think of Craig now, that's what I think of. Being on third shift, it's a different animal, and Craig and I were involved in a lot of intense situations together, and the Bible teaches, Proverbs 17 verse 17, that a friend is one who loves at all times, but a brother is born of adversity. And I think our relationship became a lot better because of those situations, and I'm just so thankful to have had those experiences with him. To Craig's family, I just want you to know that Craig was a family man. We all knew that at the sheriff's office. Craig was loved by many people at the sheriff's office and the community that he served. You forever will be a part of our family at the sheriff's office and the law enforcement family. And no matter how long it's been, whether it's been years since we've seen each other, if you need anything, just know that us at the sheriff's office are here for you.
I love you, and I'm always here for you guys. I went to DC with you to Springfield as a liaison officer for the department, and you have my number, you know where I live. Anytime you ever need me, just let me know, and I'll be there for you. I'd just like to tell Craig's family how incredibly sorry I am for you. My heart breaks for you and your family. I miss him. I think about him daily as I'm working. But I don't like to use the term lost in this tragedy. Some people say we lost Craig. I don't think that word is right. The reason I say that is because when you lose something, you can't find him. And I believe Craig's in heaven. Again, the Bible teaches in Matthew 5, chapter 9, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Craig was responding to a domestic violence situation and died with his boots on. It's very important to know that he was trying to keep the peace that night. And so I know where Craig is. Craig is in heaven.